Good, beautiful morning, everybody, and welcome to the Monday edition of Shortcuts for Your Soul. Today I have with me the energy of Master Saint Germaine, who wants to talk about the peace that is you, that you are peace, that you are seeking. And, we're so conditioned by our environment to believe that what we need, want, and desire is exclusively in the physical world. And he's saying that is not entirely true. That the nature of what you are is the very essence of what you are truly seeking. That is beyond the formal training of your mind by this world. Beyond that is you. You are behind your own mind, the own thinking processes, the remembering processes, the conceptualizing processes. You are the peace that you are seeking. To hear these words is one thing. To know the truth of them is another. And only by way of your experience of this truth can you know it to be so. That what you think troubles you and ails you in your mind has very little to do with who you are and more to do with what you have been, let me use the word, seduced into believing about who you are. The seduction of the senses has posed great travesty to humanity. As much as has provided much excitement and enjoyment. But to step back from what you know, to step back from what you know, is the only way you'll begin to move into that place that you reside in peace eternally. It is you. If you close your eyes, if you take your attention away from this world and the things of this world, but for a few minutes, you will begin to remember and feel and be the peace that is you. The disturbances that you see fanning out among this world are products of your disconnection from the peace that is you. All conflict, all suffering is that movement away from the peace that is you. Believing that there is somehow a better alternative to yourself than yourself, you create confusion, fragmentation, and disillusionment. And yet, in your essence, you are not anything other than a function of peace and love and creativity and kindness. In your essence, when you become separated from who you are, that is where the trouble has begun for so many of you. At that point where your arrival in this world was overshadowed by the world, you were heralded as a wonder to behold at the moment of your birth. And why then are you not viewed as a wonder to the world now? All of you, why are you not viewed as a wonder to the world? When at your birthday, you were considered a wonder of the world. So what has changed? You got lost in the world. You got lost in the world, and your peace was lost to you. But it can still be found. It can still be found if you are willing to surrender the world. Would you have eternal peace or temporary satisfaction? Your nature is eternal. Your mind and your world that you find yourself in, very temporary. And even more so. How then do you come back to the peace that is you? Hearing these words contained within them are fundamental frequencies that will allow you to reconnect to that essence in you that resonates with the same essence that is in me. It is not a conceptual reality, but an experiential knowing that you are peace. Though your mind may be troubled and disturbed and your body distracted by this world, you remain as peace. Although you are distracted from knowing this truth, some of you have the opportunity today to begin to remember this truth, to turn your attention away from the world and the things of the world, but for a few minutes every day, to remember who you are. And I can tell you of a truth, that few minutes will become longer and longer and longer. For when you indulge in the truth, it sets you free. When you indulge in the truth, it sets you free. The functions of peace are of peace. The functions of confusion are of confusion. And if you are hearing what I am saying, then it would be much better for you to find who you are. A few minutes a day of being able to take yourself away from this world, to draw your attention inward, away from the ears and the eyes, the smells, the touches. Pull your attention away from this world. And as you do, your eyes will begin to open, not these eyes, your eye will begin to open to what you are as you turn your attention away from who you are not. For some of you, this may seem confusing if you believe wholly that you are the personality, the thoughts, the memories, the emotions. If you believe that that is the exclusive nature of what you are, then what is being said here today will seem somewhat almost contradictory to you, that what other you is there. But if you still your mind and quiet your body and draw your affections away from this world and turn inward, you will find another world, one that you were born into, one that you can never leave, but from which you have strayed. And it is time to begin the return home. And even in the journey of returning home, you will bring that peace to the world. For as you remember who you are, then what you will offer the world, will be the truth. The truth is not confusing, and it is easy to discern. This is very important, that the truth is easy to discern. It is not confusing. The truth is not confusion. So if something is confusing to you, it is because it is confusing. It is not the truth. But there is a distinction between the vehicle that you utilize while being in this physical world, and there is a difference between you and the memories and the informations that you've acquired from this world. There's a difference between you and them, one that is important to become aware of so that you may begin to assert your righteous influence over the world from the true nature of who and what you are. There is much confusion propagating on this world as never before. And those that can find the peace and know the truth are free. And those who do not will believe themselves to be imprisoned. But you are the peace that you are seeking. It is not in your thoughts or your memories. It is in being what you are. To determine your mind and body to be still, to be quiet, to determine them to be this, and that you can turn your attention away from them and their distractions, will lead you gently and easily back to the remembering of your being. And in that remembering, what you will say and what you will do and what you will think will be very different. You are the great transformer. You are able to change and transform your world, your emotions, your conditions. Know that that light that burns eternal is everywhere, in all of you, in this moment, waiting to shine through you in all of its glory. But you must open the door. And the only way that you can do so is to step away from the world and return to peace. And I'm being very specific in what I mean by this stepping away from the world. That is not to depart from it prematurely, but to pull your attentions away from it, to go within to the center, to the place where the great I smiles upon you, and where you look into it and see your own reflection. That is what I speak of. To place this instrument in a state of stillness, to place your mind in a place of undistractedness, to look inward, to hear the silence and what the silence speaks to you. This is to go within. And any among you that can consciously direct your body to breathe can do this. You can move from great suffering to great peace, from great anxiousness to great calm, from confusion to clarity, in even a few short breaths, if you understand how to instruct your mind and body to be open, spacious, still, that you may experience the stillness of your being, the peace that is you. And if you dare to go deeper beyond that peace, there's even more. All of you are responsible for the creating going on in this dimension. Whether you may say that he did it or she did it, it is more that we did it. To restore yourself to peace is to give great benefit to your neighbors, to your children, to your spouses. To restore yourself to peace is the greatest gift for all. And you are that peace. You must end your distractions. If you wish to end your suffering, you must end your distractions and remember what you are. You are the peace. that you are seeking. The nature of what you are is transformative by nature. You, in your essence, are transformative by nature. That is, from what you are, all things shall come to pass. And from what you shall believe, this shall also be true. But you are the great transformer. The functions of So the violet fire, he says, also is an invocation that functions as an extension of love to heal and to rebuild. The function of the violet flame. And the words are not the same as the substance of its functioning, but they give you a representation that contains within it its functions. And so you can use this substance that you call the violet fire to induce transformative changes in your world. But ultimately, you need only return to who you are to make those changes possible. You simply need to just return to who you are to make all these changes possible to you. We are in for an amazing time in these coming years. These next 21 years are going to be very crucial for humanity. And they keep telling me this, that we need to get to a place in our consciousness where we shift collectively from fear to love. And you'll know when that has happened, because there will be no wars. There'll be no rumors of wars. We have this opportunity, and it's our responsibility. The ascended masters, our guides, angels, they'll help us along the way. But we are here to do the work. We literally have to do the work to the point where we are living and being as the divine in us can and will and shall. So 21 years is the time frame, the window that we're working with right now. And as science begins to explore not just what it weighs and measures, but begins to really comprehend the idea of consciousness. What is consciousness? Who are you? What are we as beings? Not just because we are not just these body sacks, We're not just these collages of mental information. You are a divine entity. We all are. And many of us have forgotten that. Good morning. Hi. So this place in consciousness that you reside right now, whatever it is, return yourself to peace. But we have 21 years, they keep saying this, 21 years to make this shift from fear to love. And I keep being told this, what humans have a tendency of doing is they try to solve the problem at the last minute. And it has not gone well in previous civilizations. They say previous civilizations have failed to heed the words when they were given to them well in advance. That our love organizes the experiences of our civilization, and fear organizes the experiences of our civilization. And that we delayed, and Atlantis fell, Lemuria fell, Mu fell, Rome fell, Eden fell. Many of these different civilizations that they're discovering the bones of around the world, they waited until the last minute. We have 21 years. It's just enough time. They recommend that we try and make this shift within the next 10 years so that the geological, geophysical changes can start de-amplifying. Because right now our fear, our anger, our greed, our guilt, our shame, our confusion is affecting our reality of time and space. And that only the function of love, which is ultimately the violet fire, is an extension of love, because love transforms that which is in one state into a brand new state. Love makes everything into an image and likeness of itself, and fear makes everything into the image and likeness of itself. So I hope that you will, use this day for love. In what things you will think, say, or do, ask yourself, is this an act, a function, a word of love? 21 years is not a lot of time. It's barely a single generation. And yeah, they're very aware of all the manipulations and contrivances that are going on all over the planet right now. They're very aware of how certain political and social bodies are manipulating and trying to subjugate humanity to a specific line of thought. But any line of thought that deviates from fear will simply keep us going down to that path where there is unfortunate geological and geophysical events, solar events, that will impact us in very detrimental ways. And the key is love. Our consciousness, that is our emotions and our energy, are directed by our consciousness, and they affect matter. Everything you think, say, and do has an effect on matter. Everything we think, say, and do is affecting matter. And there's a lot more people on the planet to do that now. So they're aware of the contrivances, but they're also aware that with the existing system, there's enough of a network that if we shift the focus from control and power, which is the model that's failed miserably for the last 4 million years in civilizations evolving, control and power has never succeeded in creating any long-lasting civilizations. The only thing that allowed places like Atlantis and Lemuria and Mu to last the tens of thousands of years that they did is because they remained predominantly in states of love. They functioned predominantly from a creative process based in love. But they eventually succumbed to fear and control and power, as many civilizations have. So we have this chance now during the next 21 years, and it's not something you can change in the last year. When you suddenly see there's massive solar activity and there's massive geological and social and political unrest, which is increasing, it will be too late. So we got like 7 years right now to really begin to swing from fear to love, and forcing the reduction of the population is not the solution. Not when we have the existing system infrastructure in place to teach people, to educate people on what is love. What are you? Who are we? What are you as a soul? What are your capabilities as consciousness? We have that ability. We have that system in place. We just have to change what's in the system for something that's more love-based and not fear-based. The idea that you could simply program a bunch of people to follow one set of rules has never worked. It's not what we were meant to. We weren't meant to be the exact same as everybody. We were meant to be creative, unique, cherished individuals in consciousness based in the fundamental function of love. And everybody thinks love is just, what you give somebody. No, love is a vibrational state of your being, untethered by the past or fears of the future, but a state of being where you know what to say, what to do, what to be in any given moment from love. Love is truth. All right, that's what we're working with right now. This idea that you are the peace that you're seeking. Remember that, because you are. If you can start remembering that you are the thing you're seeking, that you're not going to, no matter how much money and power you get in the world, if you do not have peace inside yourself, you'll only give yourself temporary satisfaction with control, power, and authority over other people. But when you realize the peace that is you inside, when you realize the peace that is you inside, then what you will say and what you'll do will be very different and impact the world in a very unique and wonderful way. Oh, hi, Drusilla. Good morning, girls. Grand, fresh, straight. Yes, it is. Yes, I agree, Drusilla. Drusilla is saying here on YouTube, I've always believed this my whole life that all people were good in their hearts. Yes, it's just most people are stuck in their minds, right? Remove this. Hi, Kamdiz. Good morning. What does one do when they get great visions? Asking Spirit what they want me to do. Well, usually you follow them. You follow the directives. You take the action that is given to you in the vision. But always, because a lot of people are receiving misinformation, okay, from political systems, from leaders, from educational system. You need to remember who and what you are as a function of love, because from the energy of love, you will do, say, and experience and receive very specific guidance. From the energy of fear and anger, control and power, you'll receive specific guidance. Each will give birth to its own. Each will give birth to its own. Love will give birth to love. Fear will give birth to fear. It's really simple. You want to get familiar with that process so that you're not bound by fear. But make certain that the feeling you get from your visions is one of love and joy and peace, right? Love and joy and peace. Yeah, if you're new to the channel, remember to subscribe to the video, subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up. Hi, Karen. Hi, Drusilla. Hi, Ruth. Ruth is saying, the truth is we actually organize around health. What is it like not to organize around a problem? Exactly, Ruth. A lot of people organize themselves around solving problems rather than creating manifestations of love. And then we get stuck in the loop of the problem. Question from Adam. Does any of my spirit guides have any message for me? If so, which ones and what do they have to tell me? Please identify. They're showing me a watermelon, Adam. The water. Tell him the water of life. Yes. Drink deeply of the water of life. Again, it's like a giant watermelon, and it's like you're just in there getting the water of life from that. That's something about pansy. She wants you to go to the pansies, and this is the flower pansy, and I'm just hearing she. She's got the stone around the throat, but go, like, indulge, like, with the watermelon. This is, again, what is within it is like the water of life, and you need to indulge in that, but also go to the pansies. We're probably gonna have to close this off very soon because there's deciding to renovate above us right now. So if it's bothering anybody, just let me know, and we can see you guys on Wednesday. Thank you, Adam. Question from Emily. What job will I have if I don't go to college? I'm being told there's a thing that you want to do that you must create. You possess your passion in you. Live this. Do not wait. You already have a job to do. Follow the love in your heart. Let it direct you, Emily. Let it direct you. You have this dream in your heart that you're not living, and you keep going to jobs hoping that something's going to happen through one of these jobs to give you fulfillment. No, there are things that you love to do. Please do them. Start doing the things you love to do. Don't be stuck in that. Do my guides or yours need me to know anything? There's a mouse. I don't know why they're showing me a mouse, but they're showing me the little mouse. This is the way. This is how it's being presented. They're showing me the little mouse. To be very still, be very, very observant today. What you've been waiting to know will be revealed. Remain very still, like the mouse today, where you are. Listen very carefully. Be mindful. You will hear what you've been seeking to know today. But you must listen. Be like the mouse. Right? And I get that the mouse that is showing me is eating something. So it's like your mouth isn't engaged. You're just listening. You're just listening. Your ears are open, listening. Question from Brown Eagle Woman. Will Luke come home to the children in this week, or at least call us? Wow. First of all, he's going through some kind of confusion. And I get a strong no that he's not likely to connect this week. But the desire is there. The desire is there. Yes. Yes. Let your children know that they are whole and complete. It is important you let your children know that they are whole and complete in themselves. They're whole and complete. It's important they know this, that their fullness is not dependent upon the people and things of this world, but what they will hold in their own hearts and minds. But let them know that they are whole and complete. Wow. Thank you. There's a family friend making his transition. What can we do to help him? His name is Roman. It's interesting. Be of great comfort. It is important when they are close to him to not hold him back, to give him the space to choose. Be the support that he needs. Like, this is his higher self talking. That personality needs you to be there for him. Do not hold him nor usher him out, but be of great excitement about his journey. Let the personality, okay, when they're near the body mind, tell them to tell the body, that personality that's there, that it's okay. It's going to be perfectly safe. Remember, the body is something that is not who you are. It's what we use while we're in this physical dimension. And just let that personality know that it's going to be perfectly safe. Right? That soul, yes. Yes. Yes, I'm told about 48 hours. Within the next 48 hours, the decision will be made and completed. Yeah. But yeah, a lot of people get confused when that time where the soul is leaving the body comes. I can assure you, when that time comes, you should be celebrating with that person, wishing them well on their next journey. They've learned what they need to learn here in that body, right? They will not cease to exist. I feel very alone sometimes. Any advice? Yes, the first thing you need to do is learn to meditate. Learn to perceive these other realms of consciousness that are available to you. Quiet your body, quiet your mind, You can learn to access and commune with your guides and your angels. You can learn to do that with the energy of them. As for your loneliness, if you want to have people coming into your life, into this physical dimension, you need to feel that sense of how it would feel. You need to engage the energy of people. You need to engage the feeling of being around other people. And once you start to consider how you are feeling, having people around you that you want around you, if you really consider that feeling, even though it doesn't appear to be that way, just considering how good it would feel to be surrounded by people that cared about you and you cared about, that feeling will begin to create events where people will start to connect to you in the most interesting and exciting ways. But you have to get connected to the energy that represents a particular manifestation. In this case, you want to feel the joy of being around others, of people connecting to you. You want to get into that energy and feel it in your own body first, and then it'll start to show up around you. People will be asking you questions. Things will just start to happen. So you won't be alone much longer, but you've got to connect to that energy. What is my next step? What is my next step? They're asking. Yeah, on TikTok, yes. Yeah, your next step for you right now, I'm getting a pen. You need to be writing. You need to start writing something. You need to start journaling, but you need to start writing your thoughts out on paper. That's your next step, is writing this. Again, it's a big black pen with gold trimmings on it. Like, you need to start writing. This will take you into that step that you're asking about. But that's very important. And whatever you resonate or pick up from your message today, please make a note in the comment section. If you want to know more about what we do in the way of masterclasses and readings, you can go to my website, williammichaelforbes.com, and check that out. Check that out. Question from Coach Sunny Bay. How you doing? Which direction do I take next in my women's coaching business to truly help people transform? It's funny, it comes to my mind. Taking them on walks. Do your coaching on walks. Take individuals on special walks. Yes. Yes. Remind women of their sacred nature. Remind women of their sacred nature. They are the bearers of life in this world. They bring life into this world for humanity. Yes. And also getting involved in social media more, like getting out there more, bring yourself out there more. But really, like, the first thing they say is, like, take people on hikes when you go to do your coaching with them. Take them out into the world. Yes, they're saying that nature will give you the lessons of what needs to be taught. Nature reveals the creation, which is why everyone is coming to you for this support, is because they are seeking to understand how they are to create their own lives. You must understand creation to teach creation. You must observe it intimately so that you can share its secrets, for they are all revealed if you look around. Oh, cool. Question from Manoj. We are told to avoid sugar, but what about sugarcane jaggery? Do we need to avoid that too? Anything that is natural sugars are generally good for you. Natural sugars. They tell me fruits, vegetables. I eat a lot of citrus juice. But yeah, you want to really make certain that the sugars are as natural as possible, and that you don't have a sensitivity to it, because sometimes you need to dial down on sugars. You may need to increase the amount of salts you're taking in. But for you, Manoj, yeah, anything as long as it's completely natural, it's not been mechanically altered or processed, will be of great benefit to you at this time. What should I do about my career? You need to make it your own. Do not place the responsibility of this career in the hands of others. You are fully capable of articulating it through your own creative expression. Yeah, you've been trying to climb a ladder for a long time. It's not working because you're not meant to climb the ladder. You are the ladder. You need to take your knowledge and skill and offer it to others. Yes, that's your next step, is the pursuit of your own creative manifestation. All right, you want to understand that. Let's see here. Question from Vio. Why I came to live through this time on earth. I'm not good at doing anything. Well, you're here like everybody else. This is the time of the great awakening, or the great going back to sleep. We either awaken to the functions of love, or we go to sleep because of the functions of fear. We have climbed out of a long dark pit, humanity, and you are here to learn the function of love. You did not come here by choice to suffer. You came here to learn to create. So even if you think you are not participating, wherever you are, every single soul upon this planet is participating in the creation of either love or fear in this dimension, right? Remember that. You came here to learn how you function as love, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, creatively. That is the reason you came here. That's why you're here now. You get to experience this. Is there a light in the end of the tunnel for me? You are the light in the end of the tunnel for you. You are the light in the end of the tunnel for you. You are the light. You keep looking to the world for your liberation. So many of you look to the world for your freedom, but your freedom is within you. Turn inward to the joys of yours. Yes, the painting. I don't know why they're saying this, but the painting. Turn to the joy of your world of painting. It is important. If you function from your joy, it is one of the seeds of love. You must understand this. But again, they're showing me like a big brush strokes, like painting, like really letting the colors of your own passion out into the world, your love, your joy. And this is all the world needs right now from any of us, is the function of love. That's why we're all here at the same time, not by chance, but we all get to reap the effects of our collective causes too. Yes. Hello, Angela. Is there something I need to know from my spirit team? This is weird. They're showing me a hole in the ground. You sitting in a hole in the ground. I don't know why, but sitting in a hole in the ground for the rebirth. They're saying the rebirth. This is about a rebirth. Sitting, again, I don't know what the meaning of it is, but the image I'm getting is you're sitting in a large hole in the ground. And this is about a rebirth that's in the process and about to happen, this rebirth. But whatever you're in, that hole in the ground that you're in, there's a rebirth unfolding for you right now. They want you to understand there's a rebirth unfolding right now. To be patient. Be patient. Yes, tell her to not be so hasty. You cannot rush the birth. It is happening. Be patient. Be patient. Wow. So yeah, if you're finding yourself feeling like you're in a hole in the ground, it's a birth process you're in. It's not something that's meant to be feared. You're welcome, Christopher. How can I find genuine love? This is a great question. You got to remember who you are. You see this shirt? You are love. The thinking mind, the personality that we've been given takes us away from who we really are. What do you think the Romans meant when they put on all the temples? Know thyself. Which self are they referring to? Are they referring to your body self? Well, I know my body pretty good. Are they referring to your mental self, where all your thoughts, your memories, and emotions are? Or are they referring to something else? Master Jesus often says you've got to get your mind quiet so that you can hear. You've got to keep your mind quiet so you can hear. Think about this. If you can get your mind quiet and be undistracted from the world, what do you think is going to be within you? What are you going to meet? You want to remember who you are as a spiritual entity, not as a biological creature, not as a mentally constructed personality, but what are you? Who are you as this consciousness that's descended into matter that can direct and control the flesh? You can. And you can alter and change the thinking mind. Who are you? What are you? And the answer to that is you are love. It's what your essence is. When you get closer to your essence, your ability to alter and change your mind becomes completely free to you. To alter and change your mind is a natural function of who you are as an extension of love at all times. Remember that. You are love. Question from Lauren. How can I get rid of a long-term post-nasal infection? First thing that I got right there, Lauren, you need some H2O2, a 3% food grade solution of H2O2, and you want to do it as a nasal spray into the sinuses. Make sure it's diluted somewhat, but you want to make certain that you can ionize it. You can get ionizers for it. We used ionizers for that, and we were able to clear our flu up in just a couple of days just by ionizing some H2O2 and a little bit of water. But that's what the first thing that came to me was you need to get some hydrogen peroxide to the point in the sinuses where that is. And keep in mind that I'm not a medical professional. I'm just sharing with you what was given to me to share with you. Thank you so much. How is Stephen? How are you, Stephen? Says I'm fine. Not much concerned about this world anymore. I'm not too concerned with this. It's not as exciting. Thank you. I'll take one more question from YouTube. Question from Carolyn Dillman. Is my purpose now taking care of grandbaby? I love it, but maybe I should focus on making money. It's not an either or. I'm being told to tell you, you want to share the journey in a written form. Start a blog. Writing about your process that you're going through. And it may lead you to money. But you want to don't want to go after money for the sake of going after money. You want to let your love and your joy direct you naturally down the path that is right for you. And again, you love the grandbabies. You want to make certain that you share the journey with others. Share the journey with others in a blog. Do that, please. Another question from TikTok today. Understand creation before you teach. Do you have a message from my biological dad? Hi, Beth. The only words that are coming is take it easy, girl. Take it easy. Take it easy. Like, take it real easy. Always so serious. You need to take it easy. Take it easy. He's been trying to get you to hear that in your left ear for some time. Like, take it easy. Don't be so serious. It will move forward when you are there. Like, yes, I will. He says to tell you that as you learn to be less anxious and less forceful about things, that things are going to start to really level off for you. Things are going to start to go really smooth for you. Really smooth for you. Well, guys, that's all the time we have for today. I want to wish each and every one of you a wonderful and a joyful day. I'll look forward to seeing you guys on Wednesday, where I'm going to have Archangel Gabriel with me, talking about awakening your light, and that will be on Wednesday. Have yourselves a wonderful and a joyful day.